1, 2. Hello, hello, as we have a little more music in the background.
Sean's a little rusty on his lives.
I forgot, well, I'm not used to this thing very often, so it's different.
He's a little rusty on his lives, let's be honest.
I don't know about that.
The number one thing I always say is, did you mute everything? And you always say, yep.
Yep.
He didn't.
I did.
He didn't, guys. All right,
hello,
guys.
everybody.
Good evening. How is everyone? So, we obviously just got back from Creativation, but before Creativation, we got some packages from Cricut. Actually, when we were at the Chocolate Tour Leadership. So we're going to open those today and kind of go over some cool things about these new totes that have been released. But before we dive into that, anything that we are talking about is going to be down below in the links. When you use these links, they do help support this channel, so we thank you for that. I want to remind everyone that my new promo code for Cricut is KEN10, so KEN10. This gets you 10% off at $50. So you have to make sure $50 is in your cart first. Use the coupon code, and then that gives you a 10% discount. Now, the code does not work on, it is that way, Sean, just so you know. The code does not work.
I'm sorry, what?
You want me to? It is jerking back and forth, just to let you know.
Sorry.
So it will get you 10% off. It doesn't work on brand new items. It does not work on machines, and it does not work on bundles.
No, it does not.
Can we do a quick video check? On my end here, it is not looking so good. We might have to restart. But let me make sure if it's working for you guys.
I did a video check, and it was full power. We were 350 down and 29 up.
Okay, so maybe we're fine.
Maybe.
Can you guys see the video fine, or is it kind of choppy? I'll let you guys answer that in a quick second.
I know it takes a few seconds to hear and get to us.
Yes. All right, guys. The other thing is we'll talk about some sales. We'll talk about some new items. I do want to let everyone know that is watching this live, if you shopped at Cricut in the Christmas season, they did send out a coupon code early this morning. I do believe it is a 20% off, and every code is very unique to the user. Make sure to check your email. Make sure to check your spam. It would have said a special gift for you, and I accidentally put it in the trash, which is no good. Let's see. Everyone says looks good, so we will go right ahead and stuff. So, all right, guys. So you guys all know we are huge fans of the Cricut Easypress when these came out. Originally, it was the Easypress Sky Blue, which I have actually right here. This bad boy. So here we go. I'll have Sean go to the screen here. And this was the original Easypress that came out right when the maker was announced. Now, I'll wait for the camera guy here to catch up. We might have to do some more live videos more often to get you caught up. So this is, though it's dusty because I don't use it anymore, but this was the original Easypress, and then they actually re-released it as an Easypress 2. And the Easypress 2 made some significant upgrades, including easier to read temperature and icons. And it also, I'm just gonna clean these while I have them out. It also, the icons are a little better, so it has a temp and a timer. So they made some nice little updates. But the biggest thing I heard from people was it's really hard to take these to crops or to other things. So they actually released some pretty amazing things. And we're going to show you that here real quick. Let me move these out of the way. There's so many Easypresses out. If you guys have any questions, let us know by making sure they are all in caps, and Sean will try to be monitoring the questions there.
I'll do my best.
All right, so let's take a peek at this. So down below, you'll actually see a description for the Easypress totes, the Easypress, and the Easypress mats. And the big difference is obviously the totes are a tote. The mat is what a lot of people will use when they're pressing an item. So I'm actually really excited when I first took these out because I think Cricut really took their time on these. The packaging is wonderful. Everything on this, I was very impressed. So we'll first look at this, which I thought was very cool of them. Here it has a little, tells you what tote it is, which is really nice. And it literally has a flip book that tells you everything that's great about, shows you how to store it and everything. So I really like this. It was a good attention to detail in my opinion. And let's go ahead and open this bad boy. Now you'll notice everything is covered up, so you're gonna wanna remove that. It's got this beautiful leather here. Now this is for the, I call it the baby. It's the 6x7 Easypress. This one is probably the most popular for crops and things like that. And let's just show you everything in here. So when you open this up, you have these really nice zippers, just like so. And there she is. Now a couple of features on here, let me take a peek here, is that I really like is obviously it is meant to fit the Cricut like a glove. So this is for the baby. This is the 6x7. So let me pull this into the screen. You can see all the themes going throughout with this beautiful raspberry color. All right, so here is our 6x7. When you have this, you have your base, you have your Easypress, you have the mat, and then we have, of course, the tote. Now, what's really nice is this here, this mat, is the exact same material that's inside this tote, which makes it really nice. Nice. So this way, if you're at a crop and you've just pressed something, let's say you press something, and you can put it directly in here, and it's not gonna hurt this material because it's essentially the same thing as your mat, which I was extremely happy with because I know so many of us at crops, they don't give you a lot of room to work with your stuff. So it's nice to see that they thought of that to put that directly in there. So this here has, of course, a strap. We have a strap here for this. You have also storage in the front and on the back, which we'll go in that in just a second. And it fits, like I said, exactly what you're looking at now. So pretty easy. If you don't already have it, we'll grab this out and we'll kind of walk through each thing together. So this here, like I said, is the padded heat safe design. So this is the exact same mat. You have the interior straps, so this can go obviously right in here and you can strap it down. So this way, if you are out and about, you can have that all. Look at this, how much stuff they give you in every single language. Isn't that crazy? So the idea is you have a pretty long cord. The cord is actually going to wrap around.
Thanks, Tana.
Like so. And then this is what will fit directly into here. So this is what the whole design is for, and why they give you extra room here is because you have that going directly in there. You also have a storage, so you can see here, you know, you're gonna have to want to unplug it and stuff like that. Now, I don't believe, I could be wrong, but so you can actually go, I don't think this, well, maybe I'm wrong. It does fit. I lied, Sean.
Liar.
Liar,
no,
liar.
You're fine.
Pants on fire.
Yep, look at that. Perfection at its best.
Yes. So then this will zip right up. You have this nice storage right here that you can store a lot of different things, little iron-on decals, everything right there. And then of course in the back you have this. Now what I really like about this is it's a magnet. Oh. So listen, I don't know if you can hear this, but no. So you can see it get, you know, so you can just put this right in the back.
Yay.
So now you can take this easily to your crops. You have a nice thing here, and we'll put this around Sean. He can get a front picture of us. So you can obviously carry it around to your crops like this. You also have this nice leather handle that goes right here.
Love it.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, very well made.
Yeah. So let's take a look at
design.
It is. It's beautiful. Let's go back to our overhead camera and let's take a look at these other designs. I haven't actually opened these ones yet.
Sorry, Tina. I was almost wondering if it was Tina or not. I did not go with. I should have gone with my gut.
What? Oh, on the name.
We got a super chat from Tina.
Oh, thank you, Tina.
Yeah, very nice.
So this is exactly how they will ship to you. So they're nice and wrapped for protection, just like so. And they're perfectly made. Now I already know what you're asking, and we're going to show you on this one. This is for the 9x9 raspberry, and it's extremely important to know that this is for the Easypress 2. And the easiest way to remember is your color. So anything on the raspberry color is the 2 series. Anything in the sky blue is the original Easypress. Now, even though the original Easypress is 9x9, it will not fit in this one just because of the base. So you will have to put that in the larger tote, which we'll show you in just a sec. So when you're buying this, if you have the original Easypress, you want to make sure you buy the right tote for it. So this is exactly how it's going to ship. Once again, this base right here is for, gosh, look at that stitching. They did such a nice job on these. They really went above and beyond on this packaging, and they're really nice. So remember, this here, this base, is the exact same thing on your Easypress mat. So this here, which is when we press. So let's say you're pressing a project. You have this, just like so. You're ready to press. You're pressing directly on this mat. But let's say you're in a hurry. This here is that nice heat resistant pad, so it's going to absorb the heat. It's not going to damage your tote, which is really nice to hear. So once again, you can put this directly in there. You don't have to, but I would if I'm going to a crop or something like that. Fits perfect in there. And then this wraps around. So you're just going to wrap that around your Easypress.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong. This one's fine, but this one is doing it. So I don't know what's wrong with my phone.
I don't know. Maybe you need an update.
Maybe.
Just like so. You have your straps. So then this just goes like so. And those are pretty heavy duty straps. You can see I'm holding it on this side and it's just great. We can now zip this up.
Even that nice raspberry.
It's beautiful, yeah. And then back here, you could put a whole bunch of different things, but I do like that the mat fits perfectly back here. So this is your Easypress mat. Even though there is an Easypress mat inside here, you're not going to probably, you know, press inside there. It's just a nice protective. So this has everything you'll need. You can even put little iron-on designs in here. You have this great zipper in here with this pocket that goes all the way down. So just like that. Now, normally you would think that your original Easypress would fit in there because it's the same size, but you'll see right away based on the base, there's no way it can fit inside. It's a little bit of a bigger base.
Much bigger.
Yeah, so it can't fit in there. So let's take a look at the big size. I'm gonna let Sean open this one real quick.
Alrighty. Here we go. Gotta love my pen blade. Slice here and a little slice here. I can get past this big plastic thing. There we go. Alright. Big, big, big. Baby, look at the size of that one. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right, now we got the big one out. We want to do the package here.
All right. So once again, you got that really nice instruction here. Can we zoom in a little bit?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just wanted to show how big it was.
They also have an adjustable, so if you want to make it smaller, you can't take this off. It is sewn in, so it's not something that you can remove, like if you're just using this, but you can make it smaller, which is nice.
Shorter.
I just love this. I mean, there's a lot of good details. Look at those.
Very neat.
They really, really, really...
Boy, they made that big for a lot more stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think they only have it on that big one.
Yep.
So this one, you have a lot more that you're going to be able to put in. And that zipper is along the side. And then it also has the snaps to snap it closed. So this is only on this size. The other ones don't have this additional storage.
Nice.
And then once again on the front, you have a nice... So, once again, still magnet though.
Nice. Very good.
So before we put the big Easypress into here, I'll show you. So this is the one that you would buy. If you have the original Easypress, you're gonna need to buy this one because of the width there. And you can see it's even a snug fit with this. So the Easypress Sky in this blue color, or the teal, I should say, will go into this one. So if you've not upgraded to your Easypress 2, I definitely would look at it. It goes up to 400 degrees. It does heat up a little quicker. It's well worth it. All right, this is my favorite Easypress 2 by far. I use this pretty much for everything, every iron-on project. So once again, this is already the Easypress mat down in there, so it's heat resistant. Here you go, Sean.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap around the cord for, yep, there you go, perfect. Perfect. And then these, once again, are your Velcro straps. Nice and tight. And then this just gets zipped up in the back. Now you can put many different things. I just would put this mat. Now you're gonna see this mat won't fit. So what I would suggest doing is just like that.
That's probably why they made it bigger.
Yep, probably. So now you have that extra room. You can either undo the zip or just like so.
Probably even
and put it the sideways.
Probably even put it in fourths
Yeah,
if you wanted.
you probably could. I would probably do it, maybe, I don't know how I would do it. You could probably do it in fourths. I naturally, I think, would go like that in half and then put it in. There we go.
There we go.
Just like that. So you have this one for your 12 by 10. You have your 9 by 9.
The regular middle one.
And the cute little baby. And this is probably going to be the most popular just because it's great for crops.
Mini.
But you can put everything in here plus have more storage in the front. So let's go to this camera up there and we can show you the difference in sizes.
All right. So once again, our mini or little 6x7. Look at that. Gorgeous. The medium, 9 by 9. And the big boy, the 10, 12, is it 10 by 12 or 12 by 10?
12 by 10.
12 by 10. And you can see how they expanded this side so you can get that big mat in there.
I just love them.
This is wonderful.
And this is, of course, is what you're going to need for the original Easypress. So if you have the original Easypress, you're going to need that, the big carrying case. And these are really nice straps. They're going to hold it just great. You also have, like I said, the messenger style, so that can go around your shoulder, arm.
That carry other stuff, like you got your other tote with the machine and all that good stuff.
You'll just be set up for success.
I will. Love it.
I could definitely see where it would be more the smaller side for crops, because I've been to a few crops and they don't give you a lot of space. So really, if you think about it, let's go to the other camera again. If you're bringing this to a crop, usually they give you pretty limited space. But when you undo this, you know, you have, of course, your Easypress. This comes out. You can leave this in here and still have that mat when you're in between pressing. And then you have this. This doesn't take up much space at a crop. So, I mean, you're looking at, I mean, it's great. And then once again, when you're done.
Small footprint.
Yeah, really small footprint. It was funny because when these originally came out, I wasn't a fan of the baby just because I was thinking, well, why get small when you can go big and use it on a wide variety of projects? And it was an overwhelming, in all the groups I started seeing, that's perfect for crops. And I didn't even think about crops. Usually at crops, they have a huge Easypress that you're going to all share, but this gives you the ability to have it directly at a table, at many different things. And it's not taking up valuable car space. It's not taking up any kind of huge spaces. So it's really, really nice. You can fold that there. All right, so what do you guys think of those?
I love it. I think, like Melody was saying, she got hers already, and they are very well made. Great fabric, great idea, putting that heat pad already on the bottom so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So
great for grilled cheese, she says.
They do make grilled cheese. I don't know if you can.
Did you do that, Mel? Somebody said you may have done that. I don't know.
I haven't done it. Mel has made grilled cheese with her Easypress. And it worked out great. So I'm gonna actually share my computer desktop here, and we can go over the prices for you. And I also wanted to show you some new items in the Cricut store. One thing I have to admit, the Cricut store is doing a great job is releasing pretty much everything you would need as a one-stop shop. So this is the 6x7. It's $49.99. Now you can see here everything that it's there. So really not a huge price on that to easily carry it to crops. So 6x7 is $49.99. The 9x9 is $59.99, and the 12x10 is $69.99. The one thing I love about it is they do tell you while you're shopping, right here when you read obviously more, I'll take you down here, it says note, original Cricut Easypress machine requires the large tote, which is really nice for them to say. I also wanted to show you some of the new materials that have come out that I really, really am excited to play with. First of all, I have to say this is brilliant that they just released. There are these little things. These are the Everyday Iron-On Mini Samplers. So Everyday Iron-On is the brand new Iron-On Cricut has released. So this is, it weeds beautifully, it's great. And you get these cute little things. There are 3 sheets. In this case, you get these 3 colors in teal, raspberry, and gray. And they are basically almost, it's 3.7 inches by 24. So you're getting almost 4 inches by 2 feet, which really, if you think about it, a lot of the stuff we're putting on shirts are going to be right around that size, which is great. And these would fit perfectly in your Easypress tote. And for $8.99, which is a great price. They also just released mesh. And this is very unique stuff. This is called Everyday Iron-On Mesh. And what I think of when I see this is kind of those sports jerseys or the numbers we see in sports jerseys. And they really are, it's a little tiny mesh, and you can see kind of the example right here. I'm trying to rack my brain to think of what else could I use this for. Well, that's a good idea. Look at that. So look at that. It's got little tiny holes on it, just like what you would see kind of in that, the sports jerseys. Yeah. So, and you can see all the different ones they have on the mini sampler kits. They just keep going. So this way you can get an idea. It also gives you nice complementing colors. Neon glow sticks, those are so bright, those are beautiful and stuff. So those are kind of really, really cool. Also, once again, do not forget to check your email because they do have that code. So if you shopped during the holidays, they are sending you a 20% off code to you in your email. And I think it says special gift for you. I deleted mine, I forgot about it, went and recovered it, and they're unique codes. I do believe it is off of materials and accessories. Now this is in addition to your Cricut Access. So if you're a Cricut Access member, remember you get 10% off and you get access to over 60,000 images. That will give you 10% off plus you use that coupon code. Now you cannot use my Ken 10 in addition.
Not on that one.
It's either the 20% off or the Ken 10 to get the 10% off. But it's a really good deal. So I definitely recommend checking that out.
Yep, great. Somebody was saying something about, would they come out with Teflon sheets for these things too? I don't know.
I don't...
Because there is some type of sheet, isn't there? Or was there? Or was I thinking something
I see what
different?
they're saying. So they're basically saying for the... So Cricut does have a... I don't believe it could be Teflon. Let me look really quick. They have these. Right here is what they have.
All right, let's see this.
Which I love. I have to tell you guys, those are the best things. If you have not used these, they're amazing. So I think that's what they're probably asking. Would they come out with those maybe?
Yeah, like an actual size, maybe. Minis. Large.
And maybe these are not expensive. You could cut this one down for the baby.
Yeah.
They're not very expensive at all.
They are very. This is good material.
It's really good. That's what I'm saying about Cricut lately. Is their quality has always been great, but they're really making sure that quality of what you get is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
So I definitely see what you're saying. If you did the 12 by 10. It would be nice to have a nice big one on that one, but that one is not, it's not too expensive actually. So trying to look, so that would probably be it. I know a lot of places are not doing Teflon anymore because it has something to do with the environment. I haven't heard, but it doesn't conform. Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty.
It is. So what other kind of questions do you guys have?
Let's see. Price points, we got it. That was a while back. Nikki says, what is it? What is what?
This here?
Those are Teflon. You're gonna go over there. Actually, I can go back to there if you want.
Yeah, we can show them what they are.
1 second, we'll get to it.
So these are the iron-on protective sheet. I'm gonna pull it up in the Cricut store to see what exactly it's made of. I don't believe theirs is made out of Teflon, but I could be wrong. Let's see here. I don't think it tells you, actually. It just says liner. So it doesn't tell you.
It feels and looks like Teflon. It's just a really thick version of it.
See, that's what I'm wondering, because this here is also Teflon. This is Teflon.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a thick version of Teflon, because this is a thinner version.
Yeah.
And you can feel the difference in that.
It even looks the same a little bit.
Yeah,
this
it's just a way
It's a bigger weave, tighter weave, but this is thin.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah, I'd rather go with this thicker stuff any day.
But you should be able to cut that.
Yeah.
Down for your,
absolutely.
your Easypress cases and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Ken, was it you that liked Bob Ross? I love Bob Ross, the painter.
Yes.
I went to their booth. They were at Creativation.
It was very quiet.
And it was very quiet because they just had, and they have one kit that's like $825, and I told them that I wanted to get it and teach them on my class, and they kind of got on me. They're like, you can't teach this classes just online. You have to like become certified. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just say I'm just teaching a painting class, not a Bob Ross class, because I'm obsessed with it. Yeah. Like, to watch him and just to follow his steps, it's really cool. So I'm waiting for that kit to go on sale. It was half off during Christmas, and I didn't. It was like Black Friday. I should have gotten it because it will bring it down to like $450. But you get everything. You get his. You get everything.
You get everything.
Everything.
A friend of ours saw what he did, and it inspired her because she used to paint a lot anyway. But she saw what he did without having any kind of training, and got her inspired to paint again. And she did some really nice stuff. And I showed the gal, and she says, "This gal's pretty talented."
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Let's see here. Do you truly love it? Would you tell me in confidence to buy instead of a heat press? So it depends on what you're doing. I love my Easypress. We had a heat press. In fact, we had a really nice heat press for since probably 2014. A couple things I didn't like about the heat press. I'll tell you pros and cons of each. The pros on a heat press: if you're doing mass quantities of shirts. So if you're doing literally 100 shirts right in a row, you've cut your designs and you're literally wham, bam, wham, bam, wham, bam, heat press will definitely win because it is going to give you faster results because you can clamp it down, move on, clamp it down, move on. So I will say if you are going into it for maybe a business, it would be great. The other pro of a heat press, I would say for some people, is if they are doing a lot with sublimation. And even though the Easypress 2 does go up to 400 degrees, some people will say sublimation is a little bit easier to do with the heat press. But on an Easypress, so here's the things I don't like about the heat press. Number one, I constantly burn myself. So we didn't have the swing around design. We had one that popped up. Well, when you have that and you're pulling your shirt back, it is so easy.
It's like this tall.
Not even. And so you're constantly hitting the top of your hand because the hot pallet is on the top of that heat press. We were constantly burning our hands. The other thing, if you have an older house and you have a heat press, this is something our best friend Allie always encountered. She could not have her heat press going at the same time like a TV was going or a vacuum because it would shut down the circuit. Because
that thing
those
sucks
heat presses,
up the power.
It sucks up the power. And stuff like that. So the other thing is I don't like about a heat press is small hands. So you have to make sure there's no kids in the room. It's very easy to get severe burns with it. So what I do like about the Easypress is number one, the safety base. When that Easypress is in the safety base, anyone could touch the base and not burn their hands. They're not heavy at all. They take up way less real estate. That was the other thing I didn't like about my heat press is it was hard to find a place in my craft room to put it because you needed to have enough space, about 15 by 15, but it had to be close enough to plug in. And you had to have enough space for it to pop open. So you couldn't put it underneath cabinets. You couldn't put it... So we always had a hard time, and it's heavy. Oh my gosh.
God,
how heavy was that?
I bet you that thing had to weigh 30, 40 pounds.
30, 40 pounds, yeah.
And and when you have a heat press, it's highly recommended to never ever use an extension cord because of the amount of power that the amperage that has to travel through all that. So you always want to take cord straight to wall, and if you're not near one, you have to move it to a wall plug in.
Yeah. So I mean that would be my big thing. The thing about the Easypress for the home user is it's very mobile. You can move it around anywhere. I think one of the other things I would say, but they kind of solved that. So before the Easypress 2s, we only had the 9x9. So if you were doing a big project, you had to move around your Easypress a lot, which sometimes would give you uneven heating. With the Easypress 2, you don't have to do that with the 12x10. You usually can fit an entire project in that 12x10. So that would be one other thing too. Even if I was not a huge Cricut fan, I would probably... I know I would still go to the Easypress just because I've done more iron-on projects since I've gotten the Easypress than I did with the heat press because it was just so bulky. We couldn't run anything with it. It was always...
we don't even have that old... It's an older house, but not that old. But
and it would... If you would move... Like, if you did a hairdryer...
The lights would go... And because what it does...
It does the whole lights
on,
go...
off, on, off, on, off.
So our whole basement lights would go...
it's horrible.
Because, it tries to stay consistent at that heat. So it took a lot longer to heat up, too.
And you can't take it to a crop.
You can't take it to a crop. And that's why most crops would have, like, a heat press at the crop that you could use. But then there was you would have to wait. But yeah, it took forever to heat up too. I think when we were doing our Easypress or our heat press, it took I felt like it took forever, but that's probably because the Easypress heats up so quick. How long would you think it took to heat up?
7-8 minutes.
Yeah. The other thing too is a lot of people struggled with so if you already have a hard time like with pressure. On easy presses, heat presses, when you clamp it down, you're gonna pull it down and then you have to push really hard for that thing to get...
For the spring to lock down.
The spring to lock down. And that was a lot sometimes. So for me, I would go the Easypress. I think it's a way better. Much better. If you're a business, that would be the only thing. If you're trying to mass produce shirts every single day, we're talking like you're a t-shirt business. If you're a t-shirt business I would definitely recommend the heat press because that's something that you can literally 15 seconds done, 15 seconds done. The other only thing I don't like about a heat press is they don't tell you the settings. You go off of the settings of the material. So with Cricut Easypress, what I like is they have that interactive guide now that tells you what to do. A heat press, I was always guessing how many seconds, what's the pressure, what do I do? Is it a cold peel? Is it a hot peel? And so that was always kind of frustrating. with Cricut, they've actually figured that out for you, and I can show you here really quick. Can you pop over?
Would you need over on the thing? You
Yeah.
bet. Oh, you bet, Janine. We're more than happy to let you know what was best. It's great. If you haven't gotten one, it's a must-have.
Yeah. So they have now, and I don't know if I have a link here. I can go to help.cricut. Oops. My caps lock is on, as you can see. So when you go here, you can go to Cricut Easypress, which is right here. When you're at the Easypress, you can see there's all of, how to do recommended settings. So if you go to recommended settings, you have a quick reference guide and stuff, warm peel versus cold peel. But they actually have now an interactive, which is, let's see here. I thought it would use, oh, there it is, interactive quick reference guide. So once again, that's going to be under your, if we were to go back, just show you how I got there, because not a lot of people use this, and I think it's a great idea. If you go to help.cricut.com, go to Cricut Easypress, and then go to right down here, recommended settings, Cricut Easypress Interactive Quick Reference Guide. So this gives you this drop down. Now I would save this in your favorites, because what this does is it tells you what are you trying to do. So if you say I'm using glitter and my base material is going on 100% cotton, and is it saying are you using a towel or a mat, it literally tells you Cricut Easypress mat. So it's saying pre-wash the item, set to 330 degrees, preheat for 5 seconds, apply heat, gentle pressure for 30 seconds, flip material, press for 15 seconds, peel off, warm, and enjoy. So it's awesome because it gives you literally, it'll even tell you they don't recommend. So here's this, let's say I want to do something on cardstock. It even tells you how do you iron onto cardstock. Holographic sparkle, and let's put it on felt. So it gives you everything that you would need. So if you have not saved this, I would definitely save it because it gives you all of your stuff. So this is really nice that if you are doing something, you have that interactive guide. That was one thing I always struggled with is when I was using Siser or if I was using Cricut or Silhouette brand, I would think, well, it should be the same, but people would make these like elaborate charts and this is how you do this, and they would tape it onto their heat press and stuff. So for me, it was like, I always got frustrated and don't even try to use an iron because, oh my gosh, irons, I always had problems with my if
you're using an iron, don't.
Yeah.
Get one of the nice ones. You'll enjoy it so much better.
Any other questions?
What's a crop? Somebody asked. Brandy says.
A crop. I didn't know what a crop was either. So here's the funny thing I've realized. Crops are really popular on the East Coast. We don't have as many on the West Coast. A crop is usually put on by either a company or a group, and essentially it's a weekend usually where you go, you might stay at that hotel, and literally you get up and the entire day is you just crafting projects, taking classes, there might be buy-ins, and just socializing.
Yep.
So it's literally you're going, a lot of crafts have gotten big where they do a lot of prizes and drawings and stuff like that, but for the most part it's just a place to go, gather with friends, and just have a fun time crafting, working on projects, doing, a lot of people learn at them because you're sitting next to someone that's never used a Brother ScanNCut or has never used a Cricut Explorer, so it's really cool. It's really cool.
Betty is asking, are we going to do any Cricut projects live?
We are. We're trying to. So our main goal is to eventually have Sean no longer at his job. I thought hiring an assistant would help me, which it has drastically, but at the same time, Chalk Tour has kind of entered new territories and has taken up a lot more of my time. I have a pretty large team, so I do dedicate a lot of my time to that, which has kind of taken me away a little bit from my Cricut Design Space videos. So it's definitely something I want to continue doing. It just is man hours.
It's still time consuming, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy to do it. You know, it was definitely an eye-opening experience. Just whenever I get a new user, i.e. my assistant, I say, show me how to do this, and they look at Cricut Design Space and they're like, I have no idea. So it's kind of a good reset for me to say, oh, that's right. Newbies don't know any of this information, you know, and stuff. So
even though I watch, I don't even know how to run it.
Nikki says she misses Make It Mondays. You know, I will bring that up. So I used to do a lot more I will be 100% honest with you guys. I loved Creativation, but I left Creativation uninspired because there was nothing innovative, there was nothing new. And I think I've done paper crafting since 2012-ish. 12-ish. I'm not sick of it, but I think that's the reason I've gravitated towards Chalk Tour is it's so easy, professional results, and it has taken my focus a little bit from that paper crafting. Yeah. And so it's not something I'm not going to do anymore, but I was in a transition. So I was with Fun Stampers Journey for a long time, used a lot of their products. I'm no longer with them, obviously, so it's trying to find products that I want to work with and do and stuff. And that all just happened to hit at the same time Chalk Tour took off. And so not saying it won't happen, we just need to get Sean
if I'm here, that I can do other things while he, maybe, and if he does do any of those Cricut things, you more likely may not see me unless he needs help, but he can do those little whatevers without me being there. So and I can go out and do other things.
The one thing that people don't see is the this last year I did a lot of travel, a lot of team building. I get up in the morning. As soon as I get up, I'm go till 4:30, and it's amazing to look up and see your whole time is gone. So I can see why, you know, for example, Mel has multiple assistants, because even with assistants, there's some things that they can't do that you have to do until they're trained. So that's where we're at in the process.
Yep. How are the babies doing?
Babies are good.
You do what you love.
I agree.
That is true, Mel. You do.
I agree. I will say that the main reason, I will be 100% honest with you guys, the main reason I was able to leave my job was Chalk Tour. So Cricut definitely helps.
Oh yeah,
it helps out big time. But Chalk Tour gave me the financial freedom to leave my job. So for me, I think that's where a lot of my passion lies. Is I was able to. That was the final thing to get us across of, okay, now I can leave my job and stuff, and it's been very consistent. And I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. It's by far, I know a lot of you haven't, for those who haven't experienced it, as soon as you experience Chalk Tour, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just another craft tool for your arsenal. It definitely doesn't replace.
No, it doesn't. Never.
It doesn't replace vinyl. It doesn't replace. Everyone always says, "Oh, if I have that, I don't need to work with vinyl anymore." I would still say there's a place for vinyl and stuff. It's just different.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, any other questions?
Nope. Got my new catalog and transfer.
I know. I got mine today too. Mine today.
Sean, do you do good weeding or showing etching?
So Sean does really good with his.
I do good weeding.
So I bought for Christmas, well, my family bought it for me, a sandblaster.
Yes.
And I've never used it.
Well, we've used it very little, but.
No, you use it more than I do.
Oh,
Anytime I've used it, he's the one that sandblasts. So.
Yeah.
It's just those things here. I'll be honest, like those things, like sandblasting and stuff, they're amazing, but they're messy and they take up space. Ever watching? We're in a society as this like, get rid of the clutter, get rid of bulky things, and I feel like that's where we're at.
A little bit.
Our sandblaster is bulky. That's probably why I don't use it. I forget about it.
And it's I have to move it because I can't get into my garage because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chalk Tour is magic and stuff. I will say it's funny because everyone, I understand, I do still love paper crafting, but I just love, and it helps that Sean loves Chalk Tour, so it's easy to do videos with Sean on Chalk Tour, but it's just so, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yes, there is a live coming for the setup and how to run.
Yes. That's all him. I've been telling him people want this. I want
to promote it enough so everybody comes. So I'm trying to figure out if I should do it on a weekday or a weekend where more people are at home and be able to watch it, which is what I'm thinking too.
Yes.
I have to say I was really glad to watch your videos of Creative Vision, but it felt a little flat. Not because of us, because of the event.
Well,
and you're right, it was a little flat.
So number one, and we're going to do this in the recap, we found out the hard way, and this was even with other YouTubers there, the YouTube app is messed up, and it doesn't allow, when you switch the camera, it doesn't activate the front-facing microphone. So anyone doing lives there, you can barely hear anyone because that microphone never activated. I left Creativation, and I love Creativation, and I had to keep checking in with myself, and I kept telling myself, is it because I'm so involved with Chalk Tour? I think it just...
There was no wow factor.
There was no wow factor.
There's one little one, but that's
there just wasn't a lot of. A lot of booths were gone. It was a smaller show, and I just think with social media, a lot of people aren't going to it anymore because now people can do lives and promote their product, and you don't have to set up a booth that costs $25,000 for a booth. So I would have to say I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I mean, it wasn't anyone's fault. It wasn't the people there at the booths or anything. It was just a little underwhelming. And we weren't the only ones that felt that, I think.
Yeah, I had a few people wanting the Switcher Studio tutorial. Yes, we don't use sand when we're doing glass. We're actually using silicone carbide to do glass. But sandblasting is when you're trying to remove rust off of metal and whatnot. Paint.
Oh, she was so nice, Lisa.
Oh yeah.
So
she was wonderful.
First of all, I mispronounced it. I thought it was Hefty Doodle because I think of Hefty the Bags. And she was there, and her husband was there. And Sean, if he gets talking about Switcher Studios, he can talk for like 45 minutes. And it was right when the show was closing on Sunday. I was thinking, Sean, we gotta go. And he sat there with her husband for, gosh, how long did you talk to him?
A good half hour.
Yeah, they had so much fun.
Yeah, it was great.
So it was really good and stuff. She is awesome. She's so nice. I want to do a collaboration with her because she's really cool. It was just good to meet everyone there and stuff. We have a recap show probably, so.
Are you going to do DIY videos other than...
I can't wait until we get our Fiskars DIY tools because with Chalk Couture, I'm kind of now gravitating towards going to Home Depot and buying wood and gluing it together and making other things besides just this. And with the Fiskar tools, it makes it so much easier, you guys. That was one of the boosts that I loved was Fiskar tools.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think I'm turning more into a DIYer now.
Are we going to go back next year? We don't know yet.
Maybe. We never know. Yeah. So.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we will have our recap video probably sometimes this weekend or early next week. Next, join us Monday because we are going to do the truck version of this. So this is the Happy Camper with hearts. This is the old one, and that's going to be coming down. We're going to be doing the Valentine's Day one.
Yep. A lot of think Christmas is going to get out of here.
I'm just waiting for the new catalog to launch. Yeah. So February 4th, all that will come down, and I'll put up all the new stuff because I'm addicted. I need to have the whole collection. You guys know that. All right. Any other questions, Shawnee?
Let's see. We go next year. I was totally only watching CHA videos this year to watch you guys. So disappointed. Yeah, I know.
Technically,
will you be working with a foil quill?
I will. So the foil quill. Here's my hesitations. The foil quill won product of the year. Everyone loved it. Here's my hesitations with foil quill. When we were at Creativation, they were demonstrating the foil only on the Silhouette. They would not show it on any other machines besides the Silhouette. And the other thing is they were using a magnetic plate that is not out yet. And if you ask them to demonstrate it without the magnetic plate, they said no. So that has me a little concerned. I'm not going to lie, because the metal plate, if you think about it, if you have a metal plate and then you put cardstock on it and use magnets, it's holding your cardstock in place.
And that's a hard surface versus your softer.
Yeah, so if you have just a mat and it's, doesn't have that firm, I'm wondering how well. Now, will I buy it? Absolutely. Will I test it? Absolutely. Will I do videos on it? Possibly. The other thing I don't like is if you're a brand new machine owner, I've contacted all the companies now. So I've contacted Cricut, Silhouette, Brothers Scan and Cut, and Sizzix, and all of them say if you use a third-party device, it will void your warranty. Flat out, not if, it is will void your warranty if you use this device. So most of the machines only have a 1-year warranty, but still, that's something to keep in mind. If you got a brand new machine, you just paid $350 for a Cricut Maker, I might not use it for a while.
When will we be in Dallas? That is in June.
July.
Oh, that was June. No, it's June.
June. You're right.
So
I apologize.
I think it's like the third week in June.
Yeah, that's the convention.
Convention for that. Pinpoint a night to go to dinner with you guys. Oh, okay, Nikki.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Thanks for showing the camera tripod. Thanks for showing the company that got you your camera tripod. It's not a tripod. It's actually a monopod.
They are awesome. If you guys don't have these, his name is Aaron Roth. The company is Archon, and it changed our entire life. I mean, they are awesome.
Now on the camera, we have 2 of these. I'm just using this one just for this because I can't have it right here. It's too far away. But yeah, basically it's the same one.
Yes,
and then we have another one. Works great. Oh, thanks. Cindy sent you a message. There. You guys mentioned all these concerns.
Go.
Thanks, Angela. Yeah. Oh, is it late June? I thought it was mid-June. I thought it was like June 2020.
What?
Angela's saying it's June 27, 8, and 9.
It could be.
Yeah, end of June. Sorry, I thought it was like 3rd week of June. But yeah, it's going to be hot. Hi, little miss. Hi, Riles.
She's wanting to say hi to everyone. Here, you hold her and I'll get the camera on her.
All right. Bring it down just a little bit.
Hi, sweet baby girl.
Undo the little
miss.
Undo that screw right there. Just undo it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now it'll move.
Oh, she's so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all she wanted was her daddy. Ew. Do you remember what she did last night? Do you really want to give her a kiss?
Well, it should be clean by now.
She decided to have her own little buffet last night. It was not fun.
Threw it all up everywhere. It's horrible.
Yes, not fun, was it, little miss? You're so pretty. You're such a pretty girl. All right. Any other questions, love?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. You want to say goodbye to everyone? Come on. Get up here. Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye.
She doesn't care, does she?
No.
She's like, I'm so over it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Our heads are probably cut off, Sean.
Oh, we're going. Bye, everyone.